Hi, it's Hayden Bennett from Commercial Property Group. Welcome to ROI Series for April 2025. Being a short month with Easter and Anzac Day, we have done over 200 inspections here in the group, which has resulted in 29 sales and lease deals being agreed to and a square meterage footprint of over 7,000 square meters of prime commercial and industrial property being transacted. I have some key sales and leases that I'm going to share with you, and the first sale we have here locally is at number 8 to 10 Production Avenue at Cogra. This property was put to market by Greg Carr and Ryan McMahon. It was a 1,150 square metre Torrens title industrial property with an existing building of around 850 square metres. The property was offered with a long-term tenancy to a reputable panel beating business. That business was in there paying $195,000 per annum net plus GST. Greg Carr and Ryan McMahon had a tremendous campaign with a lot of inquiry, a lot of activity. The price guide was in the early 4 millions. They were able to sell the property at the close of the expressions of interest for $4.3 million. $4.3 million represents just under $3,800 per square metre on the land, including the building improvements, and just over $5,000 a square metre on the building area. And from a yield point of view, the yield represents 4.53% net. Congratulations to Greg and Ryan on an outstanding campaign. Congratulations to our landlord and vendor for entrusting us to sell that property, and to the buyer on your fantastic investment in a very tightly held marketplace. Another significant sale that we did here in the group during the month of April was at number 28 Norman Street at Peakhurst. This property was put to market by Ryan McMahon and Jackson Chambers. It was a significant industrial facility on half an acre of land. The land is around 2,022 metres, had a substantial building with a basement car park spanning over 2,100 square metres. Both Ryan and Jackson were inundated with inquiry, a lot of activity, both from investors and owner-occupiers. The property was offered with a tenant in place until October this year. The purchaser on this property bought it under auction conditions, under the hammer, for $8.4 million. Now, looking at that on a reflection on the rates, we look at the land area, the land including the building improvement, that was just over $4,153 per square metre. And on the building area, it was around just on $4,000 per metre. An excellent result considering we sold that within a 28-day period. Congratulations to Jackson Chambers and Ryan McMahon. Congrats to the vendor and to the purchaser on your brilliant purchase. Another sale done in Hurstville was in a commercial office building. This property we managed here in the group. We sold it some time ago. We've been fortunate enough to manage that and look after that asset for the landlord. The landlord reached out to Ryan McMahon and Lucas Angelakos. We've listed that property up. We've sold it in a really quick succession, considering the commercial office market is a little bit lackluster. But nevertheless, both Ryan and Lucas worked extremely hard. They prospected, they found the right buyer. It was a 133 square metre strata titled office suite. The sale price was $785,000. The rate per metre on that was around $5,902 per metre, and it did sell with a current tenant on a passing yield of around 5.88% net. Congratulations to the vendor on getting the sale away, to the purchaser. We believe you're obviously going to move into that property at some point in time, and an excellent job from Lucas and Ryan. Great teamwork. So on to some leasing transactions. We have quite a number of them to highlight. In this episode, I'm going to reference through 4 particular ones that have taken my interest. 53 Wills Road at Woolooware. This was a ground floor retail shop right near Woolooware train station, not far from Cronulla. The shop provided 155 square metres of open plan with relay access, parking, and it had some benefit of existing fit out. Jackson Chambers successfully leased the property for $60,000 per annum net. Being 155 metres, that represents a rate per metre of around $387 per metre. A strong lease of 5 years with a further 5-year option. The incentive provided to the tenant was 2 months rent free, which represents around 3.3% as an overall incentive on that initial term. Jackson, congratulations on getting that job done. And thank you again to that landlord and on trusting us to handle your business, and good luck with the tenant's new business venture. All the best. Onto another leasing deal done in the Shire was in Miranda. This property was Suite 5 at 31 to 41 Cura Road. It's a building that comprises of ground floor retail, first floor commercial space. Jackson Chambers knows the building extremely well. He successfully leased Suite 5, being 73 square metres for $29,900 per annum gross. That's a rate per square metre of around $410. The lease term secured was 3 years with zero incentive, meaning rent commenced from the lease commencement date. Congratulations to Jackson, job well done, and congrats to the landlord and the tenant. Another lease deal done here locally, just down at Sans Souci, was at number 331 Rocky Point Road. This lease deal was coordinated by Greg Carr. The achievement here was $100,000 per annum net, plus outgoings, plus GST, for a 297 square metre retail commercial premises. Greg was able to secure a 5-year term with a further 5-year option. The rate per square metre on that transaction represents around $337 per metre net. The incentive provided as a percentage was 6% of the initial deal given to that tenant to get them in and get them up and running. Congratulations, Greg, on a job well done. Congrats to the landlord and to the tenant. An industrial leasing deal done in Rockdale was at Unit 9 of 9 Lindsay Street. This was a 147 square metre industrial unit built within the last 5 years. Lucas Angelakos and Isaac Longmuir successfully leased this property for $50,000 per annum gross plus GST. That's a rate per square metre of around $340 per metre. Zero incentive and a 2-year lease term with a 1-year option was provided to that tenant. Congratulations to both Isaac and Lucas on your great teamwork, and to the landlord and the tenant. So that's the wrap for April 2025. As I said, it was a short month, it was compressed, but here at CPG we did do over 200 inspections, resulting in nearly a deal a day at 29 transactions. As I always say, if any customers, clients, landlords, tenants, buyers, anyone has any inquiries or requires assistance, please feel free to reach myself or anyone on the team here at CPG. We welcome your call and we look forward to being of service.